So prayer is an important thing when it comes to the Word of God, having free course in us. And of course, the Apostle Paul in 2 Thessalonians 3 encourages us, challenges us, calls us, asks us to pray that the Word of God would have free course. In his ministry, of course, is asking. But we can also pray for that to happen with us, with other people, in our churches, in our countries, in our cities. And why not do that? Why not pray like that? Lord, I just pray that the Word of God would have free course, that people would be humble enough, even I would be humble enough, to allow my heart to be open before the Word of God, so that the Word of God could freely flow in me and touch the things, even the dark things that are there, and I need that help, Lord. So welcome this morning to this morning's simple truth from the Word of God. And as we were talking about it here with you in the past few days, we were not talking about Paul's preaching ministry, which probably the verse is about, but rather about the Word of God having a free course within me personally, within you personally. How will the Word of God, how will that happen? And one thing is, of course, prayer and a decision to allow it to happen. But I just want to add one more thing here that I know I have mentioned earlier, a long time ago, probably. John 7, verse 17, Jesus says, "If any man will or wants to do his will, he shall know of the doctrine, whether it be of God or whether I speak of myself." So Jesus was basically saying, if someone actually wants to do the will of God, they will know if I am speaking from God. If someone just wants to, analyze it, then they will be in the dark about it forever, maybe. If someone wants to, just know it as head knowledge and just boast about it. Look how much I know about the will of God, but they don't want to do it. Then they will not know whether that is the will of God, whether it's the will of God, whether it's from God. They will not know its power, actually. And that is so true. We could say the only way to know the Word of God is to do the Word of God. Like, I can know a lot about the Word of God, but if I'm not obedient to the Word of God, I actually do not know the Word of God. I can rehearse it, I can code it, I could write essays on it, I could write A++ tests on a Bible quiz or whatever, but I do not know its power. I do not know its presence, its reality, because I am not actually doing it. And that is so powerful. When I take the little bit that I know and I obey it, then I know its freedom and joy and power, and then I can start walking in it, and then I can let it come in more and more freely. We could say this about many things, I think. The only way to know prayer is to do it, which is why we encourage every believer from the get-go to start praying, spend time in prayer. Even if you don't know how to do it, it's all right. Just talk with God, because you that's how you know prayer. You know it by actually doing it, and you cannot know it by reading books about it and never doing it. And maybe even like evangelism, like winning souls. Okay, so the only way to know soul winning is by actually going out there and talking with someone, a friend or an enemy or a stranger, an acquaintance or a relative, and telling them about Jesus and how wonderful it is to know Jesus, and calling them to know Jesus. And that's how you know evangelism. Like it's easy to say, I know I should pray. No, I don't, actually. If I am thinking that way, I don't know anything about prayer. I know I should read my Bible. No, I don't. I don't know. I cannot even say I know I should, because I don't know anything about my Bible. If I am not actually obeying it, if I am not, how would I? I know I should evangelize. I know I should win souls. No, I don't. The only way to know it is actually to do it, to be obedient to it. And that is one very important factor in letting the Word of God have free course in us. Because I may know something about it, but in reality, I do not know its joy and life and fullness and freedom. How could I if I am not walking with it? So just chew on that, and God bless your day with the Lord.